Here we are, folks. The star of the show, Zach Vogel. Austin's here. We're putting the engine back together on this, on the Old Acres freight shaker, as they call them, Freightliner. We're down to, what is that? What piston is that, Austin? It's number 2, but we got, what, 2 more to go after that? It's going together faster than we thought. We got the liners back in. We should have showed that process, but if you want to see that process, there's a bunch of YouTube videos about it. But we got it all. We got, say, the 3 of the pistons in. We're about ready to put the fourth one in, or no, actually number 2. You got to do them in pairs of 2, because you got to get the stroke down to the bottom. You got to have the crank down at the bottom, and you can do 2 at a time. But we're getting further along than we thought we would today. And Austin bought this tool, the piston ring compressor, to get it in there. And then he made one. I didn't show the puller, but he made this nice puller. That's how we pulled them originally. This puller he made. There's that. You can see the pieces he made. That thing, if anybody locally needs one for, I guess they call them C15s. I guess they work on the ISX Cummins too. So he's gonna put this piston in right now. Wants to see this.
Keep coming, keep coming.
Vogel's down there. He's the brains of the operation down there, watching it come in.
Yes. Right now it is.
Sliding it in there.
Hold up.
You gotta make sure it ain't hitting the oil tube. You got it in, see? Well, you got the right tools, things are so much easier. So the 2 most important tools on this job, well, you got to have one hell of a big breaker bar to break the head bolts loose. I already showed the last video the socket we bought, but he bought that, the piston ring. You got to buy it's only going to be good for one size engine. And I bought this kit from John's Welding, this Interstate McV in-frame overall kit, and the quality looks really good. But we're coming right along with it. So he's getting that done. And then he checked all the protrusions this morning on the liners, and they were all okay within specs. So we didn't have to do any counter boring or whatever you call it. And it's just doing one at a time. He's doing it. It's better off if one person does each one, so you do it the same way each time. But I'm getting ready to torque them down. I gotta go down, you torque it to 60 foot-pounds, and then you go another 90 degrees on the rod bolts. So I'm gonna go down and do that. So, but we're moving right along. Hopefully we might put the head back on tomorrow. Any comments, Austin? Anything to say? Huh? You're enjoying the hell out of this, aren't you? It's a learning experience. It's not as bad as we thought it was gonna be, is it? Everybody tells you all the nightmares. But
Buy a service manual and follow the steps.
Yeah, we got a service manual and follow the steps. What do you have to say, Vogel? Anything? Come on, you gotta have something to say. You're learning a lot too, aren't you? I am. Yeah. So we're all learning. But the main thing is make sure you take your time and torque everything down the way they tell you, and take your time. But we ordered some parts online, and ordered a new exhaust pipe for it online, and we ordered most of the stuff I got locally through John's Welding. They were very accommodating, and I'm happy with the service there. So anyhow, that's what we're doing. Next time I will show if we get the head on maybe, and but everything else, I had no trouble with the head gasket and everything was fine, and the head's fine. And there was no issues there. It was just them liners. The liner O-ring really was the only problem. And then we're getting a lot further along today than I thought we would. I mean, we had the whole day to work on it, so. But he's torquing her down there. But we'll get the pistons all in. I don't know if we'll get them all done tonight, but we'll get them done tomorrow maybe. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Any questions or about the steps? I will say one thing. When you're taking the head off, make sure you take the intake manifold off, because they're smaller bolts. You got the big head bolts and there's smaller bolts on the intake manifold. They go all the way through, so you got to take the intake manifold off, and we didn't know that at first. But it didn't slow us down a whole lot. But that's the main thing on these 3406s. So anyhow, thanks for watching, and we'll give a next update on this when we move forward.